Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you are okay. Completing our punctuation series, we are going to take another episode today. Our video today talks about hyphen, how to use hyphen correctly. Okay, let's see now our agenda, what are we going to cover in this video. Number one, we are going to start with the compound nouns. What are the compound nouns and what are they? Number two, the compound adjectives. And number three, usage of hyphen, how to use hyphen correctly, as we said. Let's start number one with compound nouns. But at the beginning, I want to ask yourself these questions. What does it mean, compound? As we know that compound means to mix two words together to make a new one. So we deal with the compound nouns as a single unit, as we are going to see now. So a compound noun is a noun that is made with two or more words. Each compound noun acts as a single unit and can be modified by adjectives and other nouns. This is a very important point here. Why? Because when you deal with the compound nouns, even if it was more than two words, three words or more, we need to deal with them as a single unit. A single unit means what? As a single word. So when you want to make a sentence using a compound nouns, you need to put the verb after it in a single form. The single form of the verb, as you know, is, was, has, or when you want to deal with the present, you add s or es. Now, what are the forms of the compound nouns? Let's see them together. Number one, a noun with a noun. Okay, for example, is this the bus stop for the number 12 bus? So our example here talks about this word, bus stop. Stop here means station. So these are two words, two nouns. Shall we play football today? Football today, so it's foot and ball. But if you notice here, these two examples, bus stop and football, you find something here. If you noted that in the first example, I separated the two nouns with this mark, which is called hyphen, and now, and this example number two, I didn't separate the two nouns, the two words, and I didn't add the hyphen. So the rule is, when you want to join two nouns together, you can use hyphen as the first example, or to not use hyphen, but also you will not put a space between the two nouns. Okay? Number two, adjective with noun. For example, I always feel crazy at full moon. So full here is adjectives and moon here is the noun. And also I used here this mark is hyphen. Clean the blackboard, please. So here black is adjective and board is a noun. Okay, we can deal with colors with adjectives as an adjective. I use the color as adjective. So clean the blackboard, please. So as we said in the last example, we can use the hyphen or join the two nouns together without any space. Number three, verb or verb plus ing with a noun. Okay, so you can use the verb or gerund. Gerund here means verb plus ing or the noun. So put the clothes in the red washing machine. So washing here from the verb wash, but I added ing, and this machine is a noun. So washing machine, this washing, to wash something is a verb, and the machine it's a noun. We combine them together to get a new single noun. This is the machine that you use to wash your clothes. For example, another example here, what a beautiful swimming pool. Swimming pool. So swimming here is a verb with ing, as we said that we can call it gerund. And pool here is a noun. So I use the verb plus ing with a noun to make a new word. This is the place that you can practice swimming. We always eat breakfast. So break here is a verb to break something, and a past is a noun. But we combine them together to get a new noun, which is a meal that you have. Now with a noun with verb. Okay, the last one with verb plus ing, verb with a noun. This one is noun with a verb. We put the noun at the beginning. Let's have an example. I like to get up at sunrise. So sun here is a noun and rise is a verb. Okay. His hobby is train spotting. Spotting here is a verb plus ing, and train here is a noun. Okay. Verb with a preposition. Okay. Please remember that check out. So check here is a verb and out is a preposition. To check out when you finish your accommodation in a hotel and you want to leave, so you need to pay for your staying at hotel. So check out, and the opposite of it, check in. Okay, so check out and check in. Noun with a prepositional phrase. What does it mean, prepositional phrase? As we said before, a phrase is a group of words that cannot stand alone. A group of words that cannot stand alone and they don't give a meaning alone. For example, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law. So in-law here is a prepositional phrase because it starts with a preposition. So in-law is a preposition. So my mother-in-law. Okay, so it's a compound noun. Mother is a noun, in-law is a prepositional phrase. As you notice here, I use two hyphens to connect all the words together. So I use two hyphens to connect all the three words together. We can use a preposition with a noun. I prefer the underground. Underground. So underground means here metro. So under here is a preposition and the ground is a noun. So I compound them together to get a new word. We can use noun with adjective. For example, we need 10 truck full of bricks. Truck is a noun, full is adjective. Okay, we compound them together to get a new one. Okay, if you notice here, I didn't make truck in plural form. Okay, instead, although we have the number 10 before it, because as I told you before at the beginning of the video, that we put the compound noun in a single form, so you cannot make them plural. Let's move to the next part here, compound adjectives. A compound adjective is formed when two or more adjectives are joined together to modify the same noun. So I compound two adjectives to describe one thing, one noun. These terms should be hyphenated. Hyphenated means to use hyphen to avoid confusion or ambiguity. Ambiguity means misunderstanding. So to avoid ambiguity, to avoid misunderstanding, you need to use hyphen. Let's have an examples to show what we mean. For example, Diana submitted a 6-page document. So 6 here. I make this two words. I make here two words, these adjectives, to describe this noun. So my noun, the noun here is document. Okay, I want to describe this noun with a 6-page. So this document has 6 pages. So again, I didn't say 6 pages because we use it as a single noun. She adopted a 2-year-old cat. A 2-year-old cat. So the noun here is cat, and I use these words to describe this noun. So the adjective, as we know, that describe a noun. So here, all these 3 words describe this noun, cat. 2-year-old cat. Again, I compound the 3 words with two hyphens to connect them together to make them as a single word. Okay, hyphen. Now, as we introduced the compound noun and the compound adjectives, let's see how many other forms for the hyphen. Okay, we use hyphen for the following purposes, for the following points. The compound nouns, as we said before, for example, I had hot dog for lunch. Hot dog for lunch is adjective with a noun here, as we said before. So imagine that we didn't use this hyphen. Okay, so the example will be I had hot dog for lunch. So it will be their misunderstanding, there is ambiguity. Because this, you may think that he had a real dog. The compound adjectives. The tired-looking teacher slammed at his desk. Okay, the tired-looking teacher. Tired-looking here is two adjectives to describe this word. Teacher slammed at his desk. So this is number 2. Number 3. Word is continuing on the next line. Okay, let's have an example to show it clearly. For example, you are writing an example. You are writing a paragraph. For example, the weather was. You want to write the word extremely, but the line finished here. So what are you going to do is to make a hyphen and complete the word in the next line. So we use this hyphen to tell the reader that the rest of the word is going to be in the next line. So when you want to complete the word to continue writing, so use hyphen. Number 4, numbers between 22 to 99. Of course, here when I talk about numbers, I talk about the written numbers in alphabet. Listen example. There were about 33 students in the class. So I use here a hyphen between the number 33, okay, and 34 and so on. The numbers started from 22 to 99. We use hyphen between them. After prefixes, so quickly, what are the prefixes? Prefixes is some letters we put at the beginning of the word to give a new meaning. Okay, so let's have an example here. This is my ex-manager. Ex here is a prefix, and the noun here is manager. So ex here means the last one. This is my ex-manager, so that it means that the last manager, I use the hyphen after the prefix X. To avoid ambiguity, we said before the main purpose for the hyphen to avoid ambiguity, to avoid misunderstanding. Let's have example. This is a big businessman. Let's have a look, clear look here. This is a big businessman. Okay. What if I added the hyphen after business? A big businessman. So it means that businessman will be one word, okay? And big will describe this word. So it will not be clear that, so I'm talking about this businessman, he is big, he is huge. Or if I use this in this place, I use the hyphen between big and business. So I describe the business is big. So I join them together to describe this one. So this man has a big business. So this man has a big business. Okay? To avoid awkward. Awkward. What does it mean? Awkward here means when we use a prefix. Okay? But the last word, the last letter in the prefix is vowel, and the noun after the prefix starts with the same vowel. Let's have an example. I think we need to re-enter. Re-enter. So re here is a prefix, ends with e, vowel e, and enter starts with e. So the prefix ends with e, and enter starts with e. So to avoid awkward, so awkward here means a prefix ends with a vowel and another word starts with the same vowel. So re-enter, we need to use hyphen. To form informal phrase, to make an informal phrase like slang words. For example, I don't like these wishy-washy colors. Wishy-washy. So wishy-washy here is informal phrase, slang words. So I describe the colors with the wishy-washy. Okay. So this is all what you have today for hyphens. I hope you enjoyed with our video. Completing inshallah the next videos with the rest of punctuation. We almost there. I hope you enjoyed and see you next video inshallah. Goodbye.